y'all, welcome back to Mattie's Kitchen. Today I'll be doing a video for the Forsher family, my kids, and I'll be making them some spaghetti with meatballs. And I made it when they were little, and I decided I'll make some for them now. And the first thing I'll be making is a sauce. So, because it takes the sauce, you have to cook the sauce for a while. So I'll be making the sauce. And what I'll be using for my sauce, I'll be using tomatoes. These are canned tomatoes, whole tomatoes. And this is sauce, tomato sauce. And here's a yellow onion. I chopped it real fine. Because I'll be using some of this onion also for the meatballs. The reason I chopped them real fine. And here's a green pepper, bell pepper. And without bell pepper, to me, spaghetti, you have to have that bell pepper. And these are green onions, chopped. And this is fresh garlic. Here's the garlic, and here's the yellow onion, and here's the pepper. I'll also be using salt and pepper. Now here's the basil. These are fresh basil. And this is here's the basil. And here's these are oregano. And here's thyme. So I'll be using all of that for the sauce. Those are the ingredients. And I'll also be using a little tomato juice. Yeah, I'm getting ready to start my sauce. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my, this is some tomato sauce. No matter what kind it is, because you're going to season. Make sure it don't splash. That's about enough. Because I'm start with that. I'm going to put my tomatoes in here. It don't matter. This is about a can and a half of sauce, one of those big cans. And put some tomatoes in there. Okay. That's about enough tomatoes. And I'm going to put all my ingredients in. First, I'm going to start with, this is the thyme, the rosemary, and the basil. I'm going to chop this up a little bit and put in here. And it's good to use this red fresh. All you have to do is, it's cheap in the store. It'll last a long time. Instead of using the can, because the can costs more. The ones in the little, not can, the ones in the little jar and stuff, they cost a little bit more. So I'm going to put this in here, and I put all of it in there. Chop it up a little bit. I'm going to put a little of this in here. That's all three of them, thyme, basil, oregano. Some of that in there. And then I'm going to put these are green onions. I chopped them. Put some green onions in there. That's what flavor. You need all these flavors in it. Give it that kind of that Italian taste. Put some of that in there. And these are green peppers. Without spaghetti, green peppers, to me, y'all know. That's me now, in Mattie's Kitchen. I have to have me some green peppers. And this is a yellow onion. It doesn't matter, I chopped it fine. It doesn't matter the yellow, or you can use a red onion. I probably wouldn't use purple onion, but I probably, or a white onion. This is green, or sweet. I'm sorry, this is yellow sweet onion. And here's some garlic, fresh garlic. Chopped it. Put some of this in here. And I'm going to put a little tomato juice just to give it taste. Make sure you shake it good because it settles to the bottom. Have y'all been tuning into my videos? I've been trying to cook. If you want me to cook something, let me know. Put it in. I think the next thing I'm going to do is some biscuits or rolls. So y'all tune in for that. I'll do that. Most likely. So I'm stirring this up. And I'll put... the only thing I put in, because I got all fresh, I don't put, some people put garlic in, but I got garlic, so I don't do that. Chop the tomatoes up a bit, and I'll put some pepper in here. I might use a lot of pepper because I like pepper, but I'm not going to put too much in here. And put some salt. A little salt. I'm going to let this cook. And you know when you're cooking your spaghetti, you know sometimes, now this is a good pot, so I don't have to worry about this sticking. My pot's very seldom sticks. But if you got a pot that, you know, sticks sometime and that's all you got, don't go out and buy one. I'm telling you the best thing you can do for this. After it boils a while, you can set this in the oven and let it cook as long as you want to. It will not burn. And you, when it get low, I mean, you'll know if it's gonna burn. You'll keep most of your juice. You can do that, put it in the oven and cover it up really good and let it cook like this. And I probably would do this too, or if it's, you know, taste the way I want it to taste after cook. And it also takes the sauce to cook. You need at least let it cook for about an hour and a half to an hour. You should, so it can, all that flavor can come in there. See how that look, y'all? I'm gonna let that cook. That's gonna be some good sauce. And if it's too, you know, thick, like, you can add a little water, but I'm gonna put a little more juice in it, thin it out some. This tomato juice make it taste really good. Okay, and when this get cooking sometime, we'll put a little sweetness in it. Probably most likely brown sugar instead of white sugar. Just a little bit, because I think the brown sugar tastes a little bit better when you're cooking spaghetti. I seem to like it better. Okay, I'm gonna let this cook, and then put this on so this can simmer. And then I'm gonna start making, after this start cooking, I'm gonna start my meatballs. I'm getting ready to start my meatballs now. When you making meatballs, don't use more than 33%. This is 30%. I'm sorry, 30% lean. This is 30% lean. Don't use it 98% because to me it's not good with meatloaf or spaghetti. That is, to me, that is used for Salisbury steak. It's best to use when you're just cooking a meat by itself, the hamburger meat by itself. Okay, I'm gonna start with this. Like I said, this is 2.5 pounds. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in here. And it depends on how many meatballs you want to make. The sauce don't matter. You can always take and save the sauce. If you never have too much sauce, you can save that. So I'm gonna take it, doing that with that. Now I'm gonna add some green peppers. Like I said, the green pepper is very important. Put them in there, chop them kind of fine. Okay, and my sauce is cooking. I'm gonna put some fresh garlic, chopped fine. These are vegetables that you put in your meatballs. And these are yellow onion, like I said. Yellow onions, chopped fine. Ooh, made a mistake, knock that over. Pick it up. Okay, now here's my green onions, chopped fine. Okay, and I'm gonna mix this together and put a little pepper in here. That's all you need for here, because I'm gonna sear these. You know, when you're making spaghetti, when you go to the store and you get the ones for the barbecue meatballs, those little balls, balls you take, they'll be kind of brown a little bit. So I'm gonna sear them a little bit in this skillet with some coconut oil. So I'm gonna mix them together. And when you get through mixing them together, I took and rolled them in a little ball. I did some of these I did them off camera. But anyway, all you're gonna do is roll them in a ball. Some of my vegetables kind of big. You don't have to have your vegetables this big, you know. And cause I love a lot of vegetables. That's why mine's are big. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the skillet's kind of hot. This is coconut oil. I'm gonna take them serum and coconut oil. Put some in here. Pour it in the skillet. All I want to do is brown them, because you know when you don't want them all red in your pot with your sauce. I'm gonna put some in here. Brown them in the skillet. I'm gonna let them brown on each side a little bit, not long now. And this, like I said, this coconut oil, it's kind of pricey, like I said before, but it's really good. 100% pure liquid coconut oil. It makes food taste really good. Put them in there. I'm just gonna brown a little bit on each side. Okay. Let these brown a little bit. You don't want them to cook all the way because they're gonna go in the sauce. And you see how big these little meatballs are? This is probably 2 per serving, because you don't need to eat 3 of these. It's kind of big. You get about 2 per serving, and that'll be great. And let them fry a little bit. I'm cutting the stove up a little bit so they can brown a little bit. And just see, you want them to brown just a little bit on each side. I'll roll them over on each side and let them brown a little bit. And I'm gonna brown like this on all sides. Like I say, I will be making, like I'm saying, I'm doing this for my kids, my 4-shift family. And my son also have lasagna on that channel. Tune into his lasagna. That's one of the best lasagnas I've seen. And I also have a lasagna on my channel too, on the Mattie's Kitchen. Like I said, I'm in Mattie's Kitchen, and I'm cooking for my 4-shift family. Okay, I'll let this brown on each side. Turn it over. I want them brown like that too. You know, stand them up and let them brown a little bit. So you can get each side cooked. You want all the meat to cook. And still have them shaped like little meatballs. You don't want them square. Just let them brown. Okay, I got back with you when they brown. My sauce is cooking. Let me show you my sauce, y'all. So my sauce is cooking. And it look a little thin because normally you have, you be having your sauce, your meat in here, but I don't. So see my tomatoes cooking. And once they cook probably about another 30 minutes, I'm gonna take, and they've been cooking for a good like 40 minutes. I'm gonna take and put a little, the longer you cook spaghetti sauce, the better it tastes. And that's the truth. You can cook it for 2 hours and let it just stay and cook, and it tastes so much better the longer it cooks. So I'm gonna add a little brown sugar in here, and the reason I'm adding brown sugar is because it takes and kind of tune down the sauce. It won't be all that red. I don't like for my sauce to look so red. That's coming now. Okay, I'll see you in a few minutes. The hamburger meat, I'm gonna take them out. Make the meatballs. This is gonna be probably about, when you serve this, it's gonna be about 2 balls to a serving. I'm gonna put them in here. Let some of that grease get off. That was coconut oil. One grease, it was oil. And I simmered it in there. I browned them on each side. They're not cooked all the way. They're just a good little brown. Taking it on. Setting it on here so I can take some of the grease out. If y'all haven't never, I know everybody eat spaghetti. I don't know whether you had it, cooked in coconut oil and with the onions and green peppers and garlic and yellow onion. And I also had green onion. Okay. Okay, my sauce been cooking about an hour. See how good that look? Been cooking about an hour. So my tomatoes in there, thick enough. And what I'm gonna do now, I got all these fresh vegetables in here. I had the onions, the green pepper. I also had basil, oregano, and thyme, and green onions, and garlic, and all that. Tomatoes, and I even had some tomato juice, and I have tomato juice in here. See how the vegetable cooked away? Now I'm getting ready to taste this and see what I need to put in here. Like I told you, I was gonna put a little brown sugar in here instead of white sugar, just a little bit. Because you know what, and the reason you put sugar in tomato sauce because of the acid. It helps, the acid. It helps the acid from the tomatoes. So I'm gonna taste this and see what I got to do. Lord, I know it's hot. But those onions and everything tastes so good. That season's so good. Put this down. Only thing I need is a little sugar from the acid from the tomatoes. But I put this brown sugar. I'm gonna taste this again. How good that look? That looks so good. A little more sugar. It was just about a tablespoon of sugar. This is one more time, so I taste. Taste it one more time. See what I need. You should, like I said, always season your food and taste it so you can know how you want it to taste. Not nobody else, but how you want it to taste. This is good. I really don't need nothing, but I might put a tap of salt in here. I really don't need nothing. It's a tap. Okay, my sauce tastes as good as I want it to taste. Can't taste no better. I'm gonna take and put these meatballs in here. Like I said, these are gonna be 2 to a serving. And you see, I'm gonna put them in there and let them cook a little bit. I also, I put this paper towel so you can get some of that oil out. Wish I had coconut oil. I ain't gonna do nothing but make it a seasonless sauce. Okay, my water is boiling, and I got salt and some oil in here so the noodles won't stick. And I'm gonna put my noodles in here. If my pan is long enough, I really don't break mine. Some people do, but this pan is long enough. See, for the noodles, I can just set them in there. Well, my noodles is finished cooking, so now I'm gonna take and rinse them with cold, warm water so they can get the starch off of it. Okay, I'm gonna put them in the sink. Put this cool the water off a little so it won't go in your sink. And force it on your sink. Sometimes it might mess it up. I don't know. Some people say it doesn't. I think it does. So I let a little hot water run in here. I mean a little cold water run in here. Okay. So rinse out with some hot warm water. Get all the starch off of them. See, they look good. See how they look? They look really good. They still hold. I didn't break them. Okay, my meatballs are ready. And my noodles are ready. I'm going to put a little butter in here. Just a little butter in here. Put it in there. Put a little parsley. Stir it up. So good. That'll be so good with the butter in there and all the stuff I season it with. Okay, so stir it up pretty good. And fix the plate. I hope you all enjoyed my presentation of my meatballs and my noodles. I cooked this for, like I said before, I cooked it for my Porsche family, and they asked me to cook them some, and I decided to cook it for them, and here it is. Make sure you hit that notification bell, share, and like, and subscribe. Also to the Porsche family, and make sure you subscribe to Mattie's Kitchen. Thank you, and have a good day.
This is a warm welcome from the bottom of our hearts from the Foreshore Family channel. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. Until next time, see ya!